but most importantly, communicate any kind of issue. Everyone's going to be very supportive. This is not an industrial company that's driven from just one thing, mechanical execution. We're driven from human execution. And humans along the way make errors. That's fine. That's not an issue. That does not stop your progress within the organization itself. I'll talk a little bit about the Greka Future Leaders Program. I'm sure everyone spent quite a bit of time talking about it. This is something I'm extremely passionate about. GFL, Kathy's the GFL sitting back there. But the whole idea with GFLs is that this is, for lack of a different terminology, let me put it bluntly. Everybody goes to boot camp. When you come out of boot camp, certain people are soldiers, certain are officers. That's just the way it works. GFL are our officers of tomorrow. So to get into the GFL program, you're invited to the program. You can't apply to the program. When somebody is invited to be a GFL, everybody will know who the GFL is. GFLs get some added benefits because we've put them on a faster track record to get to somewhere else. So we'll move them around different departments. Kathy's sitting here from China. She's got nothing to do with the Indian operation, but she helped set it up. She's a GFL. Prior to that, she was on the field with a hard hat, out. Right before she got pregnant and had a wonderful child. But that's what she did. She was on the rig floor, in the middle of nowhere, with a bunch of guys drilling. So a GFL is someone that we've identified early on and said, this is tomorrow's leadership of the Greka group. Now, it might be tomorrow's leadership in Greka Drilling, might be in one of our other group companies around the world. We'll decide that. We'll move people around. So just because you're starting off in Greka Drilling doesn't mean you'll spend your entire career necessarily at Greka Drilling. We can move you around to one of the other Greka group companies. But pay attention to the GFL. GFL is it's not for everyone. Just because you're not a GFL doesn't make it a negative. But I highlight that program as a program that allows people to move through the ranks faster. You get a lot of added benefits in a GFL. A lot of added benefits. Both commercial, opportunities, educational. So a GFL could sit down with us and say, look, I'm really keen to do such and such course in such and such country. If we think that adds value to the group, we'll send you off. We might finance things to you. There's many other benefits that really Betty's better to talk about, and I'm sure Anil will in due course. So pay attention to the Greka Future Leaders Program, especially if you consider yourself to be a leader. If you consider yourself to be someone who wants to be responsible for a much larger operation than just your personal execution, then learn more about that program as you go through. Going back to what happened starting from mid-August as we start in September. You're going to go through all kinds of experiences. I use the word boot camp, but I use it with intent. When I started on the rig, it wasn't easy. I was in Africa, in the middle of nowhere. That's where I had to start. Started up in the town. 12-hour shifts get tiring. You come back, you're exhausted. Right? And you'll say that to yourself as I did. I'm an engineer. What am I doing this for? I mean, this is nuts. But why do I have to do this? It's the best education I ever got, by far. Really helped tremendously. So fight the urge to quit. Some of you will have that urge to quit along the way. Fight it. If you get through, you will really understand that you're building from a foundational level a company which is really going to go places not only in India but globally. And if you start off on the floor as you're starting off, you guys become tomorrow's leadership that continues to go to the different operations. Okay? I don't know how much more time I've got. I can sit out here and talk for hours, but I'm going to cut this short at this point. We'll do some Q&As. But just in closing, it took a lot of effort for me to come here today, but I did want to come here today as you get started, because this is a very exciting time. You've gone through the education part, you've gone through a month of rapid training, but the next phase is just a lot of fun. put on those hard hats, get out there, drill some wells. And remember, in India, you are going to be part of a company that's drilling the first successful coal bed methane wells. Hopefully there'll be Lefebvre wells. If you can drill the first Lefebvre wells, you make a difference across the entire strata in India. There's a lot of CBM work to do in India. So I hope you'll be the first of many classes, and you'll be the guys doing, as Kathy did, setting up the other classes that have to come through in the years to come. Okay, with that I say thank you, and I don't know if we have time for Q&A, or what's your next agenda? Don't have it now? So, if you have any questions at all for me, I know you've spent a month with Carl and his team. I'm sure you've asked and got answer to most of your questions. But if there's any questions at all for me, it's rare that I get this opportunity to come directly in front of a startup operation. But please go ahead and ask. Any questions at all?
Good afternoon, sir. I am Tausim Khatri, and I welcome you to in India. And my question is, how have you got this drilling company name as Greka? Can you tell us this exciting history?
That you're actually wearing the logo now too, right? So I can actually tell you. Very simply, Greka, G-R-E, is my last name. K-A was my partner. Ring Karma, a Dutch guy that managed our family money for years. And then we both started this company called Greka. The logo was actually designed by my wife. It's actually two boomerangs coming together. So if you look at this logo, it's actually two boomerangs, creating inertia between ourselves, like an organic energy between Ring and I. Unfortunately, Ring passed away, and I bought him out, so that's Greka. We didn't change the name, considering we founded it together, but that's what Greka stands for. A lot of internal energy, that's the key part. So there's lots of Greka companies that do different things, but one thing for sure, each Greka company is a niche. So for example, Greka Drilling will be the only unconventional gas driller within the group. Greka Oil and Gas does work in the oil and gas industry, but when it comes to Greka Drilling, I'm going to keep it exclusively as a service provider. So each group company does something different. And each management is different, each organization is different. It consolidates to a central board, but operationally, everyone runs the business different. Your leader is obviously Stein Pilares, which I assume all of you have met at some point. To make just one comment about Stein. So Stein comes from the offshore oil and gas industry. Another very important